Saralama Jatara. Tonight we bring you live updates from Medaram in Mulugu district of Telangana, where millions have gathered for this once in 2 years tribal mega festival. As we speak, the Medaram Mahajatra is in full swing. Thousands of devotees braved long queues and chilly mornings to witness the arrival of goddess Saralama at a sacred platform, the Gadde, earlier today. The ceremonial rituals led by tribal priests and attended by Telangana Tribal Welfare Minister Adluri Lakshman Kumar and Panchayat Raj Minister Danasari Anasuya Sitaka set the tone for 4 days of devotion, music, dance, tradition and fervent prayer. The deities Pagididdaraju and Govindaraju were also installed on their respective Gaddelu after ceremonial processions from their native villages Ponugonda and Kondai. Crowds surged along Jampannavagu awaiting darshan and offering obeisance in this sacred celebration of courage and faith. To truly understand Medaram Mahajatra, we must travel back several centuries to a story rooted in tribal legend, resistance and deep spirituality. Legend narrates that in the 30th century, a baby girl emitting a radiant glow was discovered amid the forest by tribal hunters. This child, named Sammaka, was adopted and raised by a Koya tribal elder. She grew into a woman of wisdom, strength and leadership and later married Pagididdaraju, a tribal chieftain. Together they had 3 children, daughter Saralamma, commonly called Sarakka, and Nagulamma, and a son named Jampanna. When prolonged droughts struck the region and the mighty Godavari river dried up, Pagididdaraju found himself unable to pay the expected tribute to Kakatiya king Prataparudra. The king sent his army to enforce collection, which led to a fierce confrontation between tribal forces and the Kakatiya army on the banks of a stream now called Jampannavagu. In the ensuing battle, many including Pagididdaraju, Saralamma and Jampanna gave their lives defending their people. Samakka herself fought with extraordinary courage, ultimately disappearing into the forest, believed by devotees to have transformed into a sacked vermilion casket that became an object of worship. So how did this tale of rebellion evolve into divine worship? For generations, tribal communities along the Godavari basin commemorated the bravery and sacrifice of Sammakka and Saralamma through oral traditions, songs and rituals. Their story became a symbol of resistance against exploitation and injustice. Over time, the Koya tribals began to revere Sammakka and Saralamma not just as heroines but as deities whose spirits protect their land, livelihood and forests. Instead of traditional idol worship, their presence is symbolized through gaddelu, sagged earthen platforms that represent the divine during the festival. Devotees offer jaggery, coconuts and prayers here, believing these items invoke the blessings of the goddesses. The Medaram Mahajatra is not an annual event. It is celebrated once every 2 years during the Magha Shuddha Paurnami period, aligning with lunar traditions long held by tribal cultures. This biennial rhythm is rooted in tradition and tribal cosmology and ensures continuity of heritage across generations. Held in Medaram village within the dense forests of the A2 Nagaram Reserve, the festival temporarily transforms a tranquil hamlet of fewer than 300 people into a sprawling spiritual landscape. It draws pilgrims from Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka and other parts of India, all united by faith. Today, it's widely recognized as Asia's largest tribal festival, comparable in scale and fervor to famed Kumbh Mela, earning it the nickname Telangana Kumbh.
ధన్యవాదాలకు కూడా ఇటు ప్రత్యేకంగా కూడా జరిగింది. ప్రభుత్వం ప్రతిష్టాత్మకంగా చేసుకుని దాదాపు 200 పాలు ఇటు ఏదైతే జాతర ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఇవన్నీ కీలక ఘట్టాలు. అయితే ఈ ప్రాంతం నుంచి కూడా అటు నుంచి ఆ సమ్మక్క ఆగమనం ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఇదైతే
The journey of Medaram Jatra from a local tribal observance to a massive cultural phenomenon has been remarkable. Mid-20th century gatherings were modest in scale with a few thousand participants. In 1998, the government of Telangana officially declared it a state festival, bringing infrastructure, safety measures and broader recognition. Today, attendance figures often exceed 1.5 to 2 crore devotees over 4 days, a testament to both tribal devotion and national interest. Development works including reconstruction of Gaddelu platforms and improved facilities have been undertaken with significant government support, ensuring safety, sanitization and health services for pilgrims.
మన దేవస్థానం మన ఊరు మన సాంప్రదాయాలు
ఉన్నటువంటి పోలీసు సిబ్బందికి విజ్ఞప్తి సార్, లోపల ఎవరిని కూడా ఎలో
While devotion remains central, Medaram Mahajatra also vibrates with tribal culture, music, dance, storytelling and community performances. This year's festival includes distinctive tribal art expressions and folk performances, including contributions from groups like the New Zealand Hakka performers who have been welcomed as part of cultural exchange and to showcase the universality of the tribal and indigenous traditions. Local politicians and leaders like Anasuya Sitaka have been actively involved in the ceremonial aspects of the festival, attending rituals and supporting tribal welfare events integral to the Jatra's success. One striking aspect that sets Medaram Mahajatara apart from mainstream Hindu festivals is the complete absence of idols, temples or stone sanctums. Sammakka Saralama, Pagididdaraju and Jampanna are not worshipped in sculpted forms. Instead, they are represented through sacred bamboo poles, vermilion-covered caskets and earthen platforms known as gaddilu. This reflects the deep-rooted tribal belief that divinity resides in nature itself, in forests, streams, earth and sky, not in constructed monuments. It is a reminder that Medaram is not a festival adopted by tribes but a festival born from tribal cosmology. The Jampanavagu, which flows beside the Medaram forest, is not just a water body, it is a sacred witness to sacrifice. According to legend, it was here that Jampanna, the son of Sammakka, laid down his life while fighting the Kakatiya forces. Devotees believe the stream carries traces of his sacrifice, which is why thousands take ritual dips, offering prayers before proceeding to the Gaddalu. Even today, during the Jatara, the waters of Jampannavagu are said to turn reddish due to vermilion offerings, a powerful visual that reinforces faith among devotees. Medaram Mahajatara is also unique in its celebration of women as symbols of resistance and leadership. Sammakka and Saralamma are not passive deities. They are remembered as warriors, mothers and protectors of tribal dignity. In a deeply patriarchal historical context, this matriarchal narrative gives Medaram exceptional significance. For tribal women, especially, Sammaka is not just a goddess, she is an ancestor, a symbol of self-respect and a reminder that resistance against injustice is sacred. Another powerful symbol of Medaram is the offering of jaggery, not gold, not cash. Devotees carry jaggery blocks equal to their body weight, believing that Sammaka accepts only what is earned through honest labor. There are no hundis here, no commercialization of faith. This reinforces the tribal ethic of equality, where devotion is measured not by wealth but by sincerity.
ఉన్నటువంటి పోలీసు సిబ్బందికి విజ్ఞప్తి సార్, లోపల ఎవరిని కూడా ఎలో
Managing a gathering of over 1.5 crore people in a dense forest region is a logistical challenge of historic proportions. Temporary roads, pontoon bridges, medical camps, mobile hospitals, water pipelines, CCTV surveillance and disaster response teams are deployed months in advance. The Medaram Jatra today stands as a case study in balancing mass devotion with environmental responsibility.
మీ వెనకాల వచ్చే భక్తులకు సహకరించండి, పోలీస్ సిబ్బందికి సహకరించండి, దయచేసి జాగ్రత్త. మీ విలువైన ఆభరణాలు, మీ మనీ పర్సులు గమనించాలి. అమ్మవారి మొక్కుబడులు చెల్లించుకోగలరు.
Unlike many large religious congregations, Medaram Mahajatra reinforces coexistence with forests. The deities are believed to return to the forest after the Jatara, symbolizing the idea that humans are guests, not owners of nature. This philosophy resonates strongly today as conversations around indigenous knowledge and environmental conservation gain global importance.
మన దేవస్థానం, మన ఊరు, మన సాంప్రదాయాలు
The comparison with Kumbh Mela is not symbolic, it is statistical and spiritual. In football duration, ritual intensity and geographical spread of devotees, Medaram Mahajatara matches and in some years even surpasses major religious congregations. Yet, unlike the Kumbh, Medaram remains rooted in tribal identity, untouched by priestly hierarchies. The involvement of leaders like Ministers Anasuya, Sitaka carries deeper meaning. As a tribal leader herself, her presence bridges governance and grassroots faith, highlighting the state's recognition of tribal history not as a folklore but as foundational to Telangana's identity. Medaram Mahajatra is not merely a festival, it is a declaration that history written by the marginalized will not be forgotten, that resistance can become reverence, and that faith, when rooted in justice and dignity, can transcend centuries. As the forest paths empty and the deities return to the wild, Medaram reminds India and the world that some of the greatest spiritual traditions rise not from palaces but from the courage of ordinary people. As devotees from far and wide return home with blessings, jaggery and cherished memories, Medaram's forests once again fall silent, waiting for the next biennial celebration where faith and history will meet